watching the Isiah Factor Uncensored.
And welcome back to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. There has been a major break in the death of actor Matthew Perry. Authorities in Los Angeles charged 5 people, including Perry's personal assistant and 2 doctors, with illegally providing the actor with ketamine. Now, authorities say the 2 doctors were Perry's initial source of the drug, illegally selling him 20 vials for $55,000 over 2 months. Our guests are here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about the death and now the arrest in the death investigation of actor Matthew Perry. We have with us Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute and Alexis Robbie, who is a director and producer in Hollywood and also from Houston, but now he calls Los Angeles home. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. First of all, Dr. Ali, let's establish the overdose, acute effects of ketamine. That is how Matthew Perry died in October of 2023. What is ketamine?
Yeah, Isiah. So ketamine is an anesthetic that has been used for years in the operating room. It works really fast. It was initially developed in 1960s for battlefield anesthesia and got FDA approval years after and has been used very commonly in the operating room. And recently, a few years back, we have started seeing some of its effects as it relates to depression, PTSD, anxiety, as well as pain. And so this has been a very popular method recently in the past few years for treatment. However, it's not FDA approved for those reasons yet. However, what we're seeing is an increase in the number of folks utilizing this as a treatment option for folks that are suffering from pain, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and those sorts of things.
And of course, we know it could kill you. And if you are on it, it should be managed by a doctor because it's a controlled substance.
That's correct, Isiah. So initially when it was approved for the operating room under very close supervision. It is an anesthetic. It has cardiotoxic effects, neurovascular effects, effects during the whole body. And so that's why it is very important. And we should be mindful of the fact that very, very small dosages of this are given to folks with the PTSD, anxiety, those sorts of things. However, as we have seen in Matthew's case here, is that there may have been an overdose or an increase in the amount of ketamine that was given. And unfortunately, Isiah, I'll tell you that what I've seen is historically, and that's why we're in such an opioid crisis as well, is folks build a tolerance to a medication, they build a tolerance to a treatment protocol, and what happens is that you need more and more of it, and when you need more and more, that's where you start seeing those side effects like we did with propofol, opioids, etc.
And we have, Alexis, because you are there in Los Angeles, are people talking about this? Is this big news there? I understand you watched the full 30-plus minute of the prosecutor's press conference.
Yes, everybody's talking about it. Due to the environment of the industry right now, things being very slow, you have a lot of people being depressed due to a lot of different aspects, financial aspects, losing their homes, cars, apartments, all these other things. And what we're doing is we're seeing a drug epidemic within not just the homeless population, which would be normal, but in your day-to-day actors, crew members, directors, and all of these other people. And so this is just one more of our members, one more of our family members in the industry that have passed away due to drug use. And this is really unsettling. And we're hoping that it's not something that continues to get worse as it has been.
And one of the things you said, Alexis, was this was reminiscent of Michael Jackson, where you have a doctor, a working doctor who participated in this scheme or this effort to get this celebrity drugs. And the question is, why would they risk it all? And we'll get to you, Dr. Ali, and ask that question as well. But why would they risk it all for a celebrity in order to, and we're talking about a few $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars. Doctors make that, in a month, right, Dr. Ali? But anyway, why would they risk their entire career for a celebrity like this?
Well, in this case, I think we're talking about $50,000 over the course of months that was spent by Matthew Perry. And I feel, my personal opinion is that in Hollywood, within the industry, everybody wants to be close to the famous people. One famous person mentioning your name, giving you a referral could change your entire life. It's not about the one person that they want to be close to. They want to be connected to the entire industry.
And
They
you're talking
are there
about
for
doctors wanting to,
the doctors
certain
themselves.
doctors, some doctors want to be in the inner circle of Hollywood and connected and referred.
I'm specifically speaking of doctors, but everybody in the city wants to be rubbing shoulders with the likes of a Matthew Perry, of a Michael Jackson. And once you're in that inner circle, then they start recommending you and referring you, and your entire life can change overnight.